I'm Jonathan Pogash, the Cocktail Guru, and welcome to Cocktails The Grand Tour, where we tell the story of mixing it up one cocktail at a time. You know, since its creation, a moment lost to history, but nevertheless argued over since 1806, when a recipe for one appeared in print, the cocktail has influenced art, dance, film, music, and theater, as well as economics and politics around the world. And this show celebrates that global cultural force, that singular icon, drink by drink, no passport required. Today's destination, the Bronx and the Bronx cocktail. Let's go Yankees. I know, guys, I am a huge Yankees fan. But believe it or not, this cocktail also debuts in April, so we're observing the fact that by featuring this cocktail, the Bronx cocktail, a cocktail named after the home of Major League Baseball's winningest franchise, the New York Yankees. This is one of 5 cocktails named after the 5 boroughs of New York City. This is essentially a perfect martini fortified with orange juice. It's also one ingredient away from the income tax, a cocktail associated with another April tradition. Just add bitters. How appropriate. Bitters, get it? So, the first appearance of this cocktail in print was the 1908 edition of The World's Drinks and How to Mix Them by William Cocktail Boothby. The first edition was published in 1900. Look at this. And by the way, the complete 1908 edition with graphics is available on Flickr. I love this book. It is an amazing cocktail book to have at home. All but forgotten today, a 1934 publication named it the world's 3rd most popular cocktail behind only the Martini and the Manhattan. This is perhaps due to its appearance in The Thin Man, a 1934 film starring William Powell. Or is it the other way around? We can't know. So the origin story of this drink, so as is the case with many to most pre-Prohibition cocktails, this one has several origin stories competing for acceptance. The Bronx cocktail was rescued from obscurity by Bronx restaurateur Joseph Sormani, who discovered it during a 1905 visit to Philadelphia. According to Albert Stevens Crockett, the historian of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in Manhattan, this is actually a reproduction of Albert Stephen Crockett's cocktail book. According to him, it was house bartender Johnnie Solon who created it in response to a challenge from a regular customer for him to improvise a new drink. That happens all the time, right? As bartenders, we're improvising, coming up with new cocktails, and that's how new classic drinks are also created. So the category of drinks for this cocktail is shaken. So the specs or the specifications for our Bronx cocktail. Well, number 1, this is a straight base gin cocktail. We have our London Dry Gin right over here. Our modifiers, it is a dual modifier cocktail. We have our dry vermouth, of course, and we have our sweet vermouth right over here. Put those together with our gin, you've got yourself a perfect martini. Our sweetener or emulsifier for this cocktail is our orange juice. I have a nice freshly squeezed orange juice over here. And our seasoning or bittering agent for the cocktail, none if it's a Bronx cocktail, but of course, as we mentioned before, Angostura bitters if it is an income tax cocktail. And as our finisher or our garnish, an orange wheel, which I will show you how to make. And how is it served? It is served straight up in a cocktail glass. Now you may know the classic martini glass can also be called a cocktail glass, but there are other selections of cocktail glass. This one is similar to what's called a Nick and Nora glass. This is a coupe glass. I'm actually going to make this cocktail in my coupe glass and put these other 2 aside. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this cocktail. I'm going to first start off with my gin, my London Dry Gin, and I will add 1.5 ounces of my London Dry Gin with my jigger into my mixing glass over here. And my dry vermouth, hopefully you're all keeping your vermouths in your refrigerator. It is wine-based, so please keep them in the fridge. All right, 1/2 ounce of my dry vermouth here. And now my sweet vermouth. Again, 1/2 ounce, equal parts. And we'll just add, I can smell that vermouth is so aromatic. Can't wait to try it. And of course, my orange juice. We will do 1 ounce of orange juice fresh if possible. If it's not possible, that is okay. Use what you have at home. All right, we will add ice. I'm filling up my mixing glass with ice all the way up to the top. We want that drink to be ice cold and properly diluted. We'll put that stainless steel top on top. We'll give it a good shake, shaking it awake, not rocking it to sleep, about 8 Mississippis. Here we go. And if you're counting, that's about halfway. Give a good shaker face. Give a little smile. Smile. And we'll take the contents and strain them right into our beautiful cocktail coupe glass. This style of glass is definitely a throwback. There we go, look at that. Even some nice crema from the orange juice. And now we're going to cut our wheel garnish. So you'll see I lopped off both of the ends. I'm chopping it. I'm slicing it in half, and we'll put what they call a courtesy cut. That's a lingo, industry lingo there. And that courtesy cut is there so that we can easily put it right on the rim of the glass, just like that. Oh man, that is the Bronx cocktail, ladies and gentlemen. Go Yankees! This is my prized possession, Derek Jeter bobblehead. I'll give it a taste. Hold on one second. Okay, this is a two-handed one because this is a coupe glass. Very nice. That fresh orange juice, the aromatics from the gin and the vermouths, so good. It's said that every picture tells a story. Well, the same is true of every cocktail. And while each drink a bartender prepares for you, or you mix yourself up at home, is certainly, and quite literally, the sum of its several parts, it's clearly so much more. Until next time, this is Jonathan Pogash, your guide to Cocktails the Grand Tour. Cheers.